In the dusty town of Red Rock, there lived a cowboy named Jack. Jack was known for his quick draw and fearless attitude. He had a trusty horse named Dusty and a loyal dog named Bandit. Jack had spent most of his life riding through the Wild West, catching outlaws and helping folks in need. One day, news spread that a dangerous gang led by a man named Black Bart was causing trouble nearby. They were robbing banks and terrorizing towns. The people of Red Rock were scared and didn't know what to do. Jack knew he had to help. Jack saddled up Dusty and whistled for Bandit. They rode out at sunrise, the orange sky lighting their path. The trail was long and tough, but Jack was determined. He followed the tracks left by Black Bart's gang, through rocky canyons and across wide-open plains. As Jack got closer, he spotted the gang's hideout in an old abandoned mine. He tied Dusty to a tree and whispered to Bandit to stay low. Jack crept up to the hideout, his hand on his revolver. He knew he had to be smart and quick. Suddenly, a noise startled the gang. They came rushing out, guns blazing. Jack ducked behind a rock and returned fire. The gunfight was intense. Bullets whizzed by, and the sound echoed through the canyon. Jack's heart pounded, but he stayed calm. One by one, Jack outmaneuvered the outlaws. He was a skilled shooter, and soon, only Black Bart was left. Bart was a tall, mean-looking man with a scar across his face. He sneered at Jack and challenged him to a duel. They stood facing each other, hands hovering over their guns. The tension was thick. For a moment, everything was silent. Then, in a flash, Jack drew his gun and fired. Black Bart fell to the ground, defeated. The town of Red Rock cheered when Jack returned with the news. The people were grateful and threw a big celebration in his honor. Jack smiled, but deep down, he knew his time as a cowboy was coming to an end. He had seen enough violence and wanted a peaceful life. Jack decided to settle down. He bought a small ranch on the outskirts of town. He spent his days tending to his land, with Dusty and Bandit by his side. The wild adventures were behind him, but he was happy. Jack became a legend in Red Rock. People told stories of his bravery and how he saved the town from Black Bart's gang. He was no longer just a cowboy, he was a hero. And so, Jack lived out his days in peace, knowing he had made a difference. He often looked out at the horizon, remembering his adventures, but he was content with his quiet life. The cowboy had finally found his place.